Hello, my wonderful Scorpios. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing amazing. In today's video, I will be tapping into the energies of your love life. So it's going to be your general love reading for the week here. So pretty much whatever comes out for you guys. Okay, let's see. Okay, guys, so we have two cards here. Interesting. Someone could be facing some sort of, health issues at this time, or it's like feeling very burdened by something. Now, it's not really, anything dramatic here because it does lead to recovery. So it could even just be, someone who was, not feeling the best and they're recovering, whether this is you or, cross watcher here. This can also represent changes that are not the most pleasant, or changes that someone is having a hard time, adapting to, right? Feeling like they're unable to cope with a situation, or if there has been a shift between you and this person, that could be something that's, weighing very heavily on their mind, and they feel like they are, unable to accept this change. It's something that feels very difficult for them to do. Okay. Then we have the gift card. So this could be some sort of financial assistance, okay? But it does touch on giving, but also receiving. So there could even be some sort of assistance that this person is asking for from you as well. And this card could, quite literally just mean that someone is gifting you something, like a very kind gesture. But I'm strongly getting like unable to accept a change, or wanting something to feel the way that it used to feel. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so we have the Three of Cups on the bottom of the deck, and we have the Nine of Swords. There's something that this person is avoiding this week. They're avoiding thinking about it. They're trying to avoid the emotions, okay? And this is very specific, but this could also be an individual who is like overindulging because they feel very stressed out, because they feel very worried. That may be some sort of an outlet for them, or like a coping mechanism. But I see someone who's very stressed out or feeling very anxious, about this partnership here. Three of Cups could also touch on someone's like social circle, or the people that they spend the most time with. But there could be some sort of drama or stress going on in their social circle as well. Let's see. I'm going to start off by seeing how you are being viewed this week. Okay, so we have the Empress. Some of you could be dealing with the Libra or a Taurus. But what I'm seeing here, guys, is like this is someone where they are viewing you as ticking off all the boxes here, viewing you as their version of a perfect partner, or someone that they've manifested. So they're viewing you as the entire package, pretty much, is what I'm seeing here. But they're also wanting some sort of growth or expansion in this connection here. Some of you may have children of your own, or they're viewing you in like a very nurturing energy, like how you care for those that are close to you, or how you care for your loved ones is something that they admire. And I'm also strongly getting someone craving your affection and wanting to be in your company. So if they're not feeling well, or they're going through a difficult time, I do feel like they want you to comfort them, or they want you to be there for them. There's something about craving your presence very heavily. Okay. So we have the Star card. Some of you could be dealing with an Aquarius, and the Tower. This is a huge realization that this person is having. And for these two cards to come up in the challenge position, it's pretty much what I was saying a few minutes ago, Scorpio, where they were not prepared for a change, and they are having a hard time accepting it. and they keep going back to how things used to be or how they want things to be, or they're deriving some sort of comfort from when things were, or how deriving some sort of comfort from past memories, because in the current moment, it seems to me that there has been a sudden change between the both of you, right? And they're having a hard time accepting that and healing from that as well. The star in the tower, again, this could also be like a huge realization where someone's having this, mental breakthrough about why things are occurring the way that they are, or a breakthrough in terms of what they need to do differently. But there's something about this connection that feels very rare. But in order for, some sort of, progress to occur, it is going to occur after a period of acceptance. But because these two cards are coming up in the challenge position, I do feel like that's the very thing that they're struggling with. For example, even if there was something like, for example, if there was a sudden change, and it doesn't have to be negative, it could just be that this is someone who's having a hard time leaving their comfort zone, or something has always progressed the same way between the both of you, where they're having a hard time seeing how things could be different, or they're not comfortable with things being different is what I see them struggling with, or what I see them feeling challenged by this week. How are you viewing them? The King of Wands. I think that you are very attracted to this person. There's a lot of passion between the both of you. Okay, but you may be wondering what they're fixated on, or this could be a week where you feel like their attention is elsewhere, right? Whether it be their career, whether it's, someone who is focused on their health if they're not feeling the best. But it's almost like you're questioning what they're focused on, or you don't feel like, or you're viewing them as someone who's not as invested this week, right? There may be something else that they're taking care of. Now, I also feel like you're viewing them as a very determined individual. Like when they want something, they're able to, attain it. You could view them as very, confident, very powerful, that sort of thing. But what's interesting is with the Star card in the Tower, there's some sort of a, either like an ego death, or something that is changing internally for this person that they're not showing you on the outside. I think that this person is doing a good job at keeping it together, but internally they are going through, a lot of emotions, not feeling the best. And really, the main thing that I see here is someone who's just having a hard time accepting a change. Okay. King of Swords in your feelings, and the Knight of Pentacles. There's something that feels very stagnant to you. And this is what I was picking up on, but with the King of Swords being the first card in your feelings, you're trying to get to the bottom of a situation. There may be something here that the both of you don't agree on, but you also feel like you were kind of like ignoring it for a while, or you were suppressing it. But this is a week where, it's resurfacing for a reason, right? And the King of Swords, it's a very solution-oriented energy. So whether it's, you're like, I'm tired of thinking about this conflict, or I'm tired of, the stagnant energy and I want to do something about it, or I'm going to be the one to initiate a conversation here. And the Knight of Pentacles, it could be an action-oriented energy, but it does touch on thinking about things thoroughly. So not making any impulsive decisions. There could be some sort of a false alarm this week where maybe, something is being presented to you, or this person is communicating something to you, and either it's perceived in the wrong manner, but the word that I'm getting is false alarm. So I would say no impulsive decisions, A, and B, I would also say if something occurs, even if it's a conflict, let it occur, right? And feel the emotions and then react. Because reacting impulsively or making impulsive decisions is not something that is, recommended here this week. But with the King of Swords, I also feel like you could be expressing your side of things, or there's some sort of honesty coming from you towards this person this week. Whether it's how you feel, whether it's something you're not willing to, you're no longer willing to tolerate. But it's like speaking your perspective and feeling like, if I speak my truth, I'm going to feel a lot better in this situation or about this situation. The Moon card and the Five of Swords. There's something that you have been feeling mentally conflicted about for quite some time, but again, you've been keeping it to yourself. But the reason why this mental conflict is resurfacing, or you're thinking about it, more than you usually do, is because it's coming to the surface so that you could find a solution for it. Five of Swords could be when something that this person has, communicated to you in the past, or something that they've, done in the past doesn't make sense to you. It could also be revisiting an argument or a disagreement between the both of you. But I think that you're getting tired of suppressing it. Because the moon speaks of intense emotions, but it's usually something that's hidden. So whether it's you did not feel comfortable bringing this up, or it's something you were trying to avoid, or maybe you feel like this is a connection where you have had to constantly walk on eggshells and you're no longer wanting to do that. Some of you could be dealing with the Pisces. I also feel with the Five of Swords and the Moon card, like you've been going back and forth about this person, mentally, and about this situation, right? And it seems to me that you've also been trying to figure something out on your own, but you want some form of clarity from this person. It seems to me that you're tired of fighting some sort of an internal battle because that battle somehow involves this individual. Nine of Pentacles clarifying the Star card, and the Ten of Wands clarifying the Tower. And I did mention, with the first Oracle card that something could feel very burdensome, and the Ten of Wands is pretty much that energy. So this person's having a very tough time closing out a cycle or letting something go. What I'm seeing is someone who is struggling to allow something to unravel. Instead, there's a sense of control, or a sense of trying to control the situation, because it's not really like a, how do I explain it? Because the way that the message is coming through, Scorpio, is someone who's struggling with just letting things go. Okay, this is how it's supposed to go. This is how it's going to unravel. Let me let go of it. Instead, there's some sort of, I want it to go this way, or I don't want this to happen, or I want to prevent this from happening, so I should do this. There's a lot of like control, or like clinching onto a situation here, which is creating a larger block for them mentally. With the Nine of Pentacles, this person may be, trying to focus on themselves or their stability here, but that is something that they're struggling with. Now, I will say that this could also be a connection with where there's some sort of codependency issues as well. The Nine of Pentacles and Ten of Wands, someone who wants to feel stable on their own. And it doesn't always have to be like, codependency when it comes to like the financial department. It could also be like emotionally, right? But the main thing that I see here is someone who's struggling to release control, someone who's, resisting some sort of a change here. Even though it has already occurred, they're picking and choosing what they want to focus on, or there's something that they're in denial about when it comes to the shift or in this dynamic or an ending that occurred between the both of you. Okay. We have the Four of Cups and the Knight of Swords. Definitely not happy in the with the current dynamic, guys. Four of Cups is like when someone is not present. They could be focused on the past, like I said, which is what I'm specifically feeling here in this spread. And we have the Knight of Swords, so someone who's really wanting to communicate with you. They want to speak their mind. They want to speak to you. There's a lot that they've been thinking about. And I also feel like there's something here that they want to communicate that they've been putting off. They've been thinking about it, but they've, kind of either suppressed it, or they've been putting it off here, which I see them coming forward with that. And then we have the Five of Cups and the Chariot. Yeah. It really, like, I don't want the message to be, repetitive, but I'm getting a strong energy of someone who's having a hard time moving away from how things used to be. But in order for the both of you to reconnect or see some sort of progress, that needs to be something that they fully accept. Five of Cups is disappointment, regret, a major focus on spilled milk. And the Four of Cups being the first card in their feelings, guys, that could be when an opportunity is being presented to you, but because it's not coming in the way that you thought it would, you're not focused on it, or you're missing the opportunity. Because in traditional tarot, guys, like the Four of Cups actually touches on you having, the tools to create a change in your, in your life or in your love life, whatever it is. But because it's not being presented to you the way that you want it to, it could be that there's a lack of clarity or more confusion is what I'm sensing in their feelings here. And I'm strongly getting someone who has a lot of regret and they're missing you as well. But I think with the Knight of Swords, they really want to, converse here. They really want to be open with you. There could even be an energy of feeling like they spoke too soon or made a decision too soon, and now they're thinking about it thoroughly, and there could be some form of regret with the Five of Cups also. So we have the Eight of Cups and the Six of Wands. I think that this person is going to do something to grab your attention because I feel like it's someone who really wants to communicate with you. What's interesting is they feel like they need to, like what I see in the potential outcome here is they may view you as someone who's like walking away from the situation or emotionally detaching, but the change or the ending that they're having a hard time accepting, I see them coming to terms with it eventually. But with the Six of Wands, I feel like they're still wanting to converse, or they're still wanting your attention in one way or another. Eight of Cups, Eight of Wands, yeah. Six of Wands, Four of Swords. So what I see is either after a period of stagnation or after going within and taking some time to heal and accept the situation for what it is, like accepting the reality of it, they will be communicating with the Eight of Wands. And it's kind of an interesting message coming through. Like it may have taken like you walking away or you detaching from the situation for this person to take some sort of initiative or come forward with a different approach here. Because I do see communication occurring between the both of you, but I feel like it's after a period of healing or releasing some sort of control. Because in the current moment, this week, what they're feeling challenged by is trying to control a situation that they don't have control over, trying to avoid a change or having a hard time accepting the reality of a situation. Okay? So that is what I'm getting for you guys this week. I really do hope you were able to find a message that resonated with you here today. And thank you so much for your time.